30.
Hi, gotcha.
Streaming on clickorlando.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6 at noon.
We have multiple breaking news stories right now at noon. We're working to learn more about a big police presence at an apartment complex in Orlando. Here's video from the dockside condos on Woodgate Boulevard. Our photographer there on the scene says the Massey truck you see had bullet holes in it. We're told police are still working the scene, and we have reached out to Orlando police. Once we learn more, we will update you on clickorlando.com. New at noon, Florida Highway Patrol is now asking for your help finding a person of interest in a deadly hit-and-run crash this morning in Kissimmee. FHP is looking for this person and car after a man in a wheelchair was hit by 3 different cars while crossing Orange Blossom Trail near Hilda Street. The 2 other drivers stayed at the scene. If anyone recognizes the person in these pictures, you are asked to call FHP. The Osceola County Sheriff's Office says a man died last night after a propane tank exploded, causing a shed fire. It happened on Orange Vista Boulevard near Kissimmee. Deputies say 81-year-old Miguel Guzman tried drilling a hole into the tank, causing the explosion, this causing the shed to be fully engulfed in flames. The fire did not spread to the home or any surrounding buildings. Just down the street yesterday, a scrapyard fire forced US 1792 to shut down in both directions at Ham Brown Road. And while US 1792 has since reopened, Old Tampa Highway at Broad Street remains closed. This was a multiple alarm fire with no risk to surrounding structures. No one was hurt. All right, turning to your weather now. Let's take a live look outside from our camera in Daytona Beach. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos is standing by. Of course, Biketoberfest underway, looking like beautiful weather, but we have seen some sprinkles here and there.
A couple sprinkles out there, but at the end of the day, no rain right now to report on the radar. As you can see here, we still have plenty of dry air in place. Now, we are going to start seeing a little bit more moisture start creeping into the area come late Sunday into Monday, all ahead of another cold front that really, at the end of the day, is just going to usher in another nice batch of weather for your next week. Looking at the radar at this point, we are watching the radar sweeps going around, really not picking up a whole lot of rain as temperatures continue to warm back into the upper 70s to low 80s. We are going to warm up another 4 or 5 degrees or so throughout the day under mostly sunny skies as that strong breeze remains in place. So if you have any outdoor plans, whether it's today into the weekend as well, all outdoor activities should be good to go, with the exception of beach and boating activities. Those are still going to be a bit on the rough side as we have some large swells that will continue to rough up the seas just a little bit. But again, rain chances for the most part today and tomorrow looking pretty dry. Rain chances do go up just a bit come Sunday into Monday as the next front comes through, which then will dry us out again for most of next week. Also next week, we're going to be watching primarily one area. This area up here in the northern Atlantic, not a concern for us, a non-tropical low, but it's a tropical wave further south, has a 30% chance of potential development. It is an area we are going to be watching pretty closely over the next couple of days. We'll be explaining why this one we should keep close tabs on coming up in just a little bit. Julie.
Candace, thank you. In Brevard County, a Palm Bay City leader who has been at the center of controversy for weeks has now been formally censured by his peers. Chandler Langevin has faced sharp criticism and has faced calls for suspension because of his comments about migrants from India. As News 6's Angie Casada reports, Langevin may go to court about this.
Chandler Langevin's lawyer making it clear right after Thursday night's meeting that he would be filing a lawsuit. So let's break this down. The council voted 3-2 late Thursday night, formally reprimanding Langevin and stripping him of several powers, including his ability to introduce new agenda items, serve on city boards, or speak during council reports. It follows weeks of backlash after his comments calling to, quote, deport every Indian. At City Hall, dozens of residents spoke out both for and against the move. The mayor called the comments conduct unbecoming and said that they hurt Palm Bay's image, while Langevin claimed he was being targeted for his views.
He is supposed to represent every one of us. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, Muslim, Jew, atheist, that is your job.
As soon as we start allowing councils to silence its members
and take away their primary roles and responsibilities because we disagree with their speech or policy, we set a dangerous precedent that would allow any majority to silence any minority.
Now, his attorney Anthony Sabatini is calling the censure vote, quote, textbook First Amendment retaliation and totally illegal. The council has also sent a letter to the governor asking for Langevin's suspension, but so far there's been no response from the governor's office. In studio, Angie Casada, News 6.
President Trump is working to help end the war between Russia and Ukraine. The president says he will host Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House this afternoon. Zelensky is expected to push the White House for more supplies, including long-range Tomahawk missiles, which Russia says would be a major escalation. The Ukrainian leader says a barrage of drone strikes this week targeted energy and infrastructure. President Trump also said he and Russian President Vladimir Putin agreed to meet in Hungary. It will be the second in-person meeting between the leaders in recent months. The Central Florida man accused of deliberately starting the massive Palisades fire will soon be taken back to California to face charges. New court documents were filed in federal court yesterday ordering U.S. Marshals to transfer Jonathan Rinderknecht. He was arrested last week near his home in Brevard County after investigators say they have evidence showing he ignited the deadly fire earlier this year. 12 people died in the fire. Rinderknecht was supposed to have another hearing in Orlando federal court today, but prosecutors asked for it to be canceled. It is not yet known when he will be taken out of the state. While there is no end in sight for the government shutdown, flights continue to take off nationwide. Delays are hitting airports across the U.S. as air traffic controllers, TSA officers, and others are required to work without pay. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez is at Orlando International Airport with how things are going there.
While it's a busy scene at Orlando International Airport, travelers seem to be having a normal experience. With the government shutdown, were you anticipating any delays flying out of Orlando?
We were expecting a lot, but there wasn't really much to deal with.
It was a smooth process. There weren't any delays.
Past shutdowns have resulted in a spike in TSA officers and air traffic controllers calling out sick from work, contributing to delays and flight cancellations.
I spoke with airport officials who tell me that things here are running as normal despite the government shutdown. Still, travelers tell me that they took extra precautions before coming to Orlando International.
We got here about another 2 hours earlier than we were supposed to.
In a statement to guests, the Greater Orlando Aviation Authority says it doesn't anticipate operations at MCO will be affected by the shutdown, and that it has contingency plans in place if there is a, quote, dramatic decrease in the number of TSA agents processing passengers. Meanwhile, air traffic controllers in other airports handed out flyers this week, warning people that the shutdown is putting pressure on staffing and safety. Controllers are federal employees and legally barred from walking off the job, but they can call in sick, causing backed up runways or rescheduled flights, a reality many have prepared for.
With the government shutdown, I anticipated maybe even the flight not happening or being delayed.
Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
Last Friday, the tower that guides planes toward MCO was short-staffed for several hours. The airport does have an app that shows flight delays and security wait times. Travelers are encouraged to use that and arrive early to avoid any issues. Orlando is getting ready for a huge weekend downtown. The Come Out with Pride Festival around Lake Eola is expected to draw more than 200,000 people. But this year's festival comes with renewed debate over pride symbols and what they represent. News 6's Mark Lehman shows us how the community is preparing and pushing for unity.
We saw workers hanging flags with banners and parade signs foreshadowing how busy downtown Orlando will be on Saturday. The 21st annual Come Out with Pride is expected to draw more than 200,000 with the festival centered around Lake Eola.
It's really just amazing that we're going to have so many people.
Christine Hanovan says she plans to attend, but her primary focus is the ongoing battle over pride symbols placed on state property outside polls.
No matter how many times you try to wash away symbols, water brings rainbows.
Things have calmed down a lot since the decision was first made to paint over the rainbow crosswalk because of new state and federal guidelines. Still, though, there are many who are pushing to make their voices heard. There are messages all around this area, like this one right here that says, "No impeding the people." This one as well saying defacing memorials is immoral.
We need to be
standing together as a community and staying strong.
Come Out with Pride is happening as some Pride festivals have been canceled this year because of declining sponsorships. With that in mind, Hannigan says it's important to show support, and she hopes that message will shine through on Saturday.
We have to remember the roots of Pride are that we're fighting for our community and for justice.
In Orlando, Mark Lehman, News 6.
From spooky vibes to artsy vibes, the fall spirit continues to thrive here in Central Florida. It's time to break down what 6 things are happening this weekend. That's next. As we head to break, we leave you with a live look over Mount Dora, looking beautiful on this Friday. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new $25 million Gold Rush Multiplier Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery.
I'm meteorologist Michelle Morgan. The weather this weekend is looking perfect across Central Florida for all events. I'm at the Dr. Phillips Center, where one great indoor option to kick off the spooky season is the Rock Orchestra by Candlelight, happening this Sunday. It's an event you don't want to miss. This mesmerizing 90-minute show blends iconic rock and metal hits with hauntingly captivating energy. This 14-piece ensemble performs legendary anthems from Metallica, Guns N' Roses to Evanescence in a candlelit setting that brings the music to life. The show starts at 8 p.m. In Lady Lake, Snooki Park is getting a spooky makeover from 7 to 9 p.m. It transforms into a haunted trail where you'll come face to face with zombies, vampires, and all kinds of creepy creatures. Admission is just $5 for a night full of frights. The Fall Art and Craft Fair is happening this weekend in historic Cocoa Village from 10 to 5 on Saturday and 10 to 4 on Sunday. With pleasant weather in the forecast, it's a perfect time to stroll through and check out the 200 artist and crafter booths. Enjoy food trucks, live music, wine and beer, plus there's free parking and it's pet friendly. Looking for another spooky option? Head to the Ponce Inlet Historical Museum this Saturday at 6 p.m. for Ghost of Ponce Past. Take a guided tour through local history, and best of all, it's a free event. Grab your best pirate gear and set sail for Yo-Ho, A Market's Life for Me, this Saturday from noon to 5 p.m. at the Tom Fellows Community Center in Davenport. Explore over 30 local vendors, enjoy pirate-themed photo ops, and join in on the family-friendly fun. Also on Saturday at the Wall Street Plaza, the International Vegan Food Festival Halloween Bash from 2 to 8 p.m. Enjoy plant-based foods, live entertainment, and a Halloween costume contest with cash prizes. If there's a fun event happening in your town next weekend, I want to hear about it. I've been getting so many fun events from viewers just like you. You can send them to me on clickorlando.com or visit our new 6 app. Just click Contact Us.
Lots of great options this weekend. Let's take a live look outside. Man, it is looking beautiful on this Friday afternoon. This is our Launch Credit Union camera out there at the port, and you can see so much blue sky hanging out there. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos is here, and the temperature is a little bit warmer than we've seen the last few days. That trend continues into the weekend, but still pretty great.
All thanks to a new cold front. So we have to warm up a little bit, get that cold front through, and that's going to usher in another nice stretch of weather into next week. Now, when Julie and I say a little warmer, that's compared to yesterday. So yesterday we were more in those mid-70s. Right now we're creeping into those low 80s already. That doesn't mean it's going to be a warm day, just comfortably warm. Upper 70s, low 80s at this point. 82 in Titusville, 79 already in the Villages. That's a beautiful day, especially if you want to enjoy the outdoors. Now, the Daytona Beach Skycam looks great. People are really enjoying the time on the sand. But notice there's not a lot of folks out in the water, and that's primarily because we're going to continue to see some rough surf. Right now, temperatures in Daytona Beach holding at 79 degrees. The gusts already upwards about 14 miles per hour. So if you're planning on heading out to the beach or on the boat, whether it's today or into the weekend, the surf will be a little rough, so will our seas. So moderate chop for today, could get a little rough this weekend, and you can see seas about 5 to 6 feet. So boaters do exercise caution, could be leveled up to a small craft advisory come Saturday and Sunday. For your beach goers out there, rip current risk though still in the high category. So just like a lot of folks there who are in the water, swimming by a staffed lifeguard tower. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for today.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
All right, your highs this afternoon back into those mid-80s by about 4 o'clock. That's going to be kind of the warmest spot of the day. Running near normal. Can't rule out the chance of a passing sprinkle. I think most of the rain that we saw this morning is pretty much your best shot for some rain. We are going to start feeling a little more of that humidity. Notice the breeze will be coming in out of the east tomorrow, and then it'll start moving more southerly. And that's going to be on Sunday, all leading up to the approach of that cold front. You can see we'll be bringing a couple scattered showers into the forecast, and then by about lunchtime or so on Monday, that's when we are expecting the main front to come through. Again, not producing a whole lot of rain, but it's also not going to be producing a big drop in temperatures. We will notice, though, a little less moisture in the air come Tuesday and Wednesday, but overall staying near average for both highs and lows. So we have all nice weather to contend with, so gives us plenty of time to keep close tabs on this new tropical wave. It's not an invest just yet, but as it moves into the Caribbean by this weekend, we'll be bringing scattered showers towards the Windward Islands. National Hurricane Center is giving this area a 30% chance of potential development within the next 7 days, as we are looking more of that development happening just south of Jamaica by the middle and end of next week. So the 3 scenarios right now that we're kind of working through are the different runs that the models have been showing. The one more unlikely scenario is number 1 here, that a wave will be strong as it moves into the Caribbean. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. The one that is one that we'll be watching pretty closely is scenario number 2. This is a wave that will eventually start organizing itself just south of Jamaica. Some models take it over Cuba into the Bahamas, taking it pretty close to South Florida, or another one would also take it out towards the Gulf. With that being said, you can see us here in Florida, we're right kind of smack in the middle of the most possible option, which is scenario number 2, which is why we need to be watching it pretty closely. As of right now, it's not a high level concern, but one, again, keeping close tabs on it. If it does get near Central Florida, we're looking at a timeline most likely late in 2 weeks. That would get us pretty close to the Halloween time. So again, this is going to be a marathon, not a sprint with this system. So of course, check back throughout the weekend and into next week, Julie.
Candace, thank you. In recent months, women have been leaving their jobs in droves, and now economists worry about the trend. Coming up, why women are opting out of the workforce and the impacts it could have on the economy. Here's a live look over downtown Orlando from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera. You're watching News 6 at noon. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Breaking news right now. We are now learning Orange County prosecutors have filed a motion to revoke the bond of 23-year-old Jacoby Tillman. Tillman is accused of attacking a woman on the Little Econ Greenway back in July. Tillman was arrested last week. He was granted bond and released over the weekend. Tillman faces charges of attempted sexual battery, battery by strangulation, and false imprisonment. We'll have more for you later today on News 6 at 4. A chilling trend in the U.S. job market. Women are leaving the labor force at some of the highest levels in history. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, an estimated 455,000 women left the workforce between January and August of this year. Only the pandemic saw a larger exodus for that period. Highly educated mothers and Black women are leading the trend. Multiple reasons were reported. The main factor, rising cost of childcare and early education. Economists say if women continue to quit the labor force, not only can it erase historic gains made by women in recent years, but it also risks stifling U.S. economic growth. Check out our all-new primetime lineup on News 6 Plus. Matt and Ginger have a new take on the day's news on News 6 tonight. That's at 9. Then go in depth as we track the tropics and answer your weather questions with meteorologist Jonathan Kagas at 9:30. Then watch the late news an hour earlier. It's all tonight on News 6 Plus. Download our streaming app for free. Search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It's also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Stay with us. We're coming right back. Okay, Dawson's Creek fans, you may have a chance to buy the home used in the hit TV series.
What?
It's on sale. I know. We can pool our money for the first time since it was built nearly 150 years ago.
Oh, that looks familiar.
Beautiful. The 4-bedroom house sits on nearly 2 acres in Wilmington, North Carolina, and includes a private dock. It was built using wood from a shipwrecked schooner and moved to its current location over log rollers pulled by a single horse. The house is listed at $3.2 million. That looks incredible. That looks so peaceful.
Does the horse come with the?
I don't think he's
so.
still around.
I don't think he's still around.
That'd be the real story.
Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful home.
It
Built
is
above my
gorgeous.
pay grade.
Yeah. Switch over to the News 6 Plus streaming app right now or click Orlando.com to watch News 6 Extra. We hope you have a great day and a great weekend, and we will see you on Monday.